That's
1 point for Kishiburno right there.
1 point Kishiburno.
It's about the projects, okay, not about my recording abilities. Where was I? Okay, so yes. So the biggest buy wins either a free NFT if they're the biggest buyer of Hulk Inu. Biggest buyer of Kishiburno wins 0.5 ETH. You have to hold for a certain number of hours, days, for you to qualify for that prize, as any buy contest is. How the Dev versus Dev AMA Battle of the Buys contest works is the project with the most buys at the end of these 4 hours is the winner. So we're letting the members be the decision makers of whose project they are most bullish and whose project they stand behind. So one side, the most buys for who is the winner as far as the projects, and biggest buy for who is the winner for the prizes. The losing project must admit defeat on Twitter and Telegram. They will promote the winner's token, and they will change their profile picture for 4 hours to the logo of the winning party. Hopefully that is very clear for you guys. There is a graphic posted and pinned in both communities, so you guys can see it written out and get a better understanding of it. Oh, we're forwarding buys. Okay, all
Guys,
right.
you can forward yours in my chat too. I mean, it's only going to push the other team a little harder.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
I like it.
I like that.
I like it.
Except you don't have any buys yet, so far we're winning. That's all I'm saying.
We have a couple buys already. They're coming in. My community knows what to expect.
We
had a few already.
You got to watch out for Sensei. He's pretty sharp.
All right, we'll see. We'll see how you like his blade. You guys are sharp. I see what's happening here. I see that I cannot forward into your group. Little geniuses. You got some devils.
Oh, you can't? We can fix that. Hold on. Let me go
surprise, right? What a coincidence.
So isn't it a great way for the community to actually get behind this, as you're obviously going to be showing a ton of new eyes the project you're in. So it pays for you to make buys, because the floor's open there. Feel free to forward them through to Kishiburno.
I think you might be able to now. Try one. See what happens.
Hello, bro.
Okay.
We had to tighten up some settings after a while.
Hello, bro.
Okay, gotcha. Hold on. Give me a sec. I'll try it out. Just want to announce our happy hour for the buy contest, guys. We've lowered our tax to the lowest that it could be. In and out, 4% buy and sell tax. We cannot do it lower, or else the contract will revert transactions. So 4-hour happy hour for Hulk Inu members. I don't know if Kishiburno is doing anything like that, or they're just letting you guys eat that tax. Who knows?
Well, we got to burn our token a little. We got to burn that token. We don't have any. There's no fund for where our tax goes. It goes straight into a burn in LP. So it's renounced. We can't do anything with it, but burn it away.
There you go. Okay, awesome sauce.
All
right, so I think
this baseball and
exactly what I was about to say.
Tell people a little bit about Hulk and how Kishiburno is most likely gonna beat you guys.
Hello. Hello, bro.
Cheers. Hey.
All right. Hey, Bull, I had to mute you. We're doing an AMA now, so it's not the time for questions, but the time will come. Okay, so let me tell you guys about Hulk Inu. First off, sorry to my community members. They'll be hearing a lot of things they've heard over and over again, because we do daily VC in here at 10 p.m. UTC to make sure that our members feel comfortable, fully updated, as well as see continuous updates from us in the community, posted and pinned on our Twitter as well, and our announcement channel. So Hulk Inu is roughly a month and a half new. In that time, we've accomplished a lot. So we are the same team as Wolverino. now we are partnered with Wolverino as a unified force. So Wolverino started with a LP of 3 Ethereum, just like Hulk Inu did, and rose to 100 million market cap. So currently we're sitting around 500 to 600K market cap. So we're at a very early stage for our project with a lot of big things coming. Before I get to the future, I'll tell you guys a little bit more about our past. So we launched on the 6th or 7th of July. And we had a lot of focus, a lot of the top Telegram callers all about us, a lot of influencers standing behind us who are really bullish to get inside of the project. Um, you can see on our website, we have anti-bot, anti-whale features for our token, which functioned phenomenally. Really wrecked a lot of snipers and a lot of people trying to manipulate our chart, which grew our buyback wallet and marketing wallet, which allowed us to push forward extremely fast, extremely strong, with a very healthy chart that you can see now that isn't overrun by humongous bags. So we had a very adrenaline rushed beginning for us launching it. But in the grander scheme of things, the project was extremely healthy, funded very well, which allowed us to move so quickly and really push momentum this previous month and a half. So we're already on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. We got on both those within 24 hours of each other. As far as trending's gone, we have trended on CoinSniper, Watcher Guru, Crypto.com, and CoinMarketCap several times. Also Reddit, we've trended on there with CMS posts across different communities. We're backed by an advisory board through Wolverino and a lot of conglomerate projects across the space. So one thing that's important to know is that when we partner with Wolverino, we also announced that we are going to be the newest and final addition to the Metabrawl Inu game. The Metabrawl Inu game won the most promising play-to-earn game in the crypto conference of Dubai. Did not see that coming. The dev wasn't even there to claim the reward. He had to get his VC mod to claim it. So my role with Wolverino was I was the right hand. I was advising on strategic innovations and implementation, and wrote their white paper and a lot of their content. So it seemed smart and efficient to have Wolverino dev focus on Wolverino, and I and my side of the team focus on Hulk Inu growing. And the further that we go, the more that we push next to each other as a unified force, the bigger our community, the bigger our team, and the bigger our outreach with influencers. So as far as influencers goes, since launch, we have Maythouse fully supporting us with calls and advice in the background, as well as Kingdom, Gooby, Senzu, and a lot of our members have call channels as well that give us a lot of support calls. Caesar is one of the members that has given us free calls, and we just finished an AMA with him also. We have a lot of YouTubers that are onboarded with us too, at least 10. Adam Shelton being one of them, Golorius, Crypto Profits, I'm the Army, a lot. There's a lot of them. You get the gist, as well as Twitter influencers. We have VCs watching us, big whales watching us, waiting for us to deliver on these next steps that I will be getting to soon. So at launch, we announced and embraced the bear market campaign. Yes, we launched in the bear market. Yes, when we launched the 3 ETH, that was $3,000 starting. Obviously, ETH has gone up. But the idea was turning a negative into a positive. We know that there's fear inside of the market, uncertainty, there's doubt. And we wanted to do a very similar promotion strategy for Hulk Inu that we did for Wolverino that made it such a huge project. But we wanted to make some changes to adapt to the bear market. So some of those changes are continuous updates, every day something new for our community, every day a push forward. We have a slogan of Hulk never dies, team never sleeps. We have a 24/7 chat that happens. The goal is no silence for more than 5 minutes. I think the most we've had since we've started is probably 10. We have that daily VC I told you about at 9 p.m. UTC now. We've made it an hour earlier to accommodate our members. We do everything in increments, incremental growth. So we have a comic series that's being released page by page. Those pages get released by sketch, then color, then narration on top of it. Uh, one of the bigger highlights I'd have to say is our staking DApp. So our staking, it does not have locked tokens for stakers. So you stake your tokens, you're free to take them out whenever you like, but you get rewarded in Ethereum. So this was put out there for our holders to feel comfortable earning passive income while they hold, watch the growth of the project, but also earn some ETH in their own comforts. So that's based on volume and the amount of tokens staked. And yeah, their Ethereum, they can either claim it, take those rewards, or compound it to improve their position inside of Holkino. To date, last I checked a couple days ago, was 7.1. It's probably about 7.2. Ethereum has been distributed in about 1 month and 1 week's time since the staking DApp has been live, with about 81 stakers. Those rewards will be increased when we reach 100. So those are some of the things that we've done to embrace the bear market and promote chart stability. And we have had an extremely healthy chart. We have these big names behind us complementing the way that our community is run, how strong our community is. We've gotten compliments from Bleaves, Jay Gagan, Adam Shelton, Omni Army, Maythouse, Gooby, Senzu, Kingdom, and the list goes on. Also from other big tokens, Volt as the newest, that says they love how everything is being done. So we're a strong team, strong community, strong project, and we've been verified over and over again that we keep cracking away this way, we will be a 100 mil project. That is not the goal. We want to surpass 100 mil. We want to be a household name. The idea of Hulk Eno and the goal is to become the strongest Eno. We already are the strongest Eno. We know that. But the idea is having the world know that. So I think that's just about where we've gone to date for what we're going towards in the future with Holkino. Not only do we have Wolverine backing us, but inside of Meta Brawl, some of the main characters that are listed, which you can see the game trailer. The game trailer is out. It's phenomenal. It's on the bottom of our website, hulk-inu.com. But the featured character is Volt Ino. You also see Shiba Inu, the Shiba Inu, and Shinja, the Shinja, all inside of this game trailer. Meta Brawl is like Super Smash Bros., but with the strongest Inus of the blockchain, all competing against each other, but also working in unison. So with the support of Wolverino, we've also gained the support of these huge tokens. We've said that, now you see it in proof, where we have an AMA tomorrow with Voltino. We also got shout outs from Voltino a couple times already. And we are working out the kinks of getting into the Volti change. So we have these big names supporting us. There are big brother tokens. So you can see already from their past is our future. So we're sitting at under a mil, and these tokens are all multi-million tokens, multi-million dollar tokens. So you can see that the growth is nonstop. The push is nonstop from Holkino, with great experienced teams behind them, behind the community, behind Holkino. And also a lot of strong backing that we're proving and showing coming out day by day. If you guys know Bleeds Crypto, he just changed his entire Twitter to Holkino. Adam Shelton supports us, comes in our community, comes in our VC. We've been on live streams with Jake Gagan, Ian Heinisch, B. Root. Jake Gagan has already been watching us, and we have a push of Make Jake Ape. Who knows if he already has? But yeah, because of our past with Wolverino and because of what we're doing, what we've done, how fast we're moving, and how transparent we are, we're really making a name for ourselves across the entire blockchain. So what's to come for Holkino outside of the influencers flocking and coming in and us building a unified, strong force to really make an impact on the blockchain? We have a brand new concept, Hulk Inu Tamagotchi NFTs. So these are going to be released on September 4th in conjunction with our V2 staking DApp. So how the NFTs work. Uh, Tamagotchi, you had to feed this pet, and it's the same concept for your Hulky NFT. You get your NFT as a base, and you feed your NFT every day. What feeding means is it's just incentive for our members to compound. There's no extra fees. You're not paying for anything. It's just you compounding your rewards from V2 staking. You do that a certain amount of times and it evolves. Every evolution, you get an increase of 10% on your staking rewards. The final leap to the final evolution is a 20% increase. The final evolution is called Valhalla. So the idea is a race to Valhalla. The first person to reach Valhalla wins a minimum of 10,000 USD sent to their wallet directly, and second place wins $5,000 USD sent to their wallet directly. So it's not about financial gains. It's not about being a whale or a small investor. It's about your dedication to feeding your Hulky. Reaching Valhalla, you get 50% increase of your stake and rewards. You get profit sharing in a business that I'll be getting to as well. It's our comic studio. You get decreased tax. You get merch. There's a lot of things that you get by reaching Valhalla, especially that huge giveaway. But the idea is a win-win, right? So this promotes chart growth, but also the members that are feeding their Hulky, they're increasing their stake and rewards, and by the time they reach Valhalla, not only have they paid off the cost that they did for their NFT, but they're also just in profit already. So it gives the NFT holder the power to determine their own rarity. They can build their NFT to legendary to have massive gains from. And the same goes for the value that they receive, their ROI on this NFT, that they decide to feed it consistently. They're getting more stake and rewards, and they can choose to claim and take more time with evolution or compound and continuously push for that race to Valhalla. So a very fun, unique concept where each round we also give away 5,000 on the first round with a 1,000 growth and every round, so 5, 6, 7, 8,000, and the final NFT round, we're giving away 10,000 USD. So it's 5 rounds of 200 NFT mints. So very unique, very different, very fun, engaging, and gives control and power to the NFT holders. But on top of that, the tokenomics are what promote health. 30% of the profits go to buyback. 15 or 30% goes to the comic studio and staking pool rewards. So obviously to fund that staking, we want a healthy chart. So the staking pool will be nice and healthy, filling it while the chart grows. And marketing and development, also a percentage. Team, small percentage is 10%. It's big team. But the whole idea is promotion to the chart. The reason I spent so time on that is that it's interconnected with a lot of aspects. For Meta Brawl Eno, they work on NFTs. They have an NFT ecosystem for boosters, skins. But V2 staking will be exclusive to NFT holders because it's so bullish, because they're going to be getting so many perks and rewards. And they have the option of being rewarded in Ethereum, just like it is now, but also the option of fiat USDC. They can claim or compound that as well to hedge their risk against the volatility of the bear markets. So a lot of influencers, every YouTuber, also in private, love this concept because of the win-win mindset that we have for it to benefit our holders and benefit the chart, again, for our holders. On top of that, we're working on our comic series. The first page is out and our celebrity endorsement is revealed. If you guys watched Dragon Ball Z when you were a child, the iconic narrating voice next time on Dragon Ball Z, that will be the voice of Hulk Inu. The comic is entitled Hulk vs. Bear, The War on Ethereum. We have confirmed, we also have verified. You can find videos of Kyle doing the script, narrating for us already. That is pinned and posted in our community as well as Twitter. You can also find a link to his IMDb to show you that, yes, he is the voice of Dragon Ball Z. So that is great entrance for our comic studio release. We're doing a 15-page comic. page by page, sketch by sketch, so the community can see the growth, see that we're building something that's different. There's no comics out there that have this narration. First 2 pages are public. Third page is for Hulk Inu holders only at a certain level. It will Easter egg some of the things coming for Hulk Inu. It will also have motion graphics during action scenes and music incorporated inside of the comic. It will all be digital, no tangible comics for the reasons I've just mentioned. Uh, at the end, at the 15th page, the pages will be NFTs, and they will be sold off as NFTs as collector's editions for very similar perks that I've already mentioned for the NFTs coming out, but also profit sharing inside of the comic studio, animation studio as well, fan art studio, and our NFT marketplace. What's interesting about this is why I wanted to clarify this. Everything we do is interconnected. Everything we do is the idea of incremental growth. Step by step, we climb up the mountain to reach the beauty of Valhalla. So NFTs are coming out for Meta Brawl Eno. We're doing our comics that are NFTs as well that bring into a comic studio, but also that comic studio will be B2B or P2P, project to project, business to business, where we can provide comics for all characters in Meta Brawl Eno and also have that incorporated in version 2 of the game where they win a comic of the backstory of that character. So we already have a client base ready for us. And then we can stretch it out, which I was just covering with my community yesterday. We can stretch it out into fan art where people can draw for the comic and we can purchase it and other people can purchase it. As well as, where was I? Yes, then we can go into motion animation studios and make the first crypto series with all of the Enus, either Avengers style or fighting against each other or intertwining stories. That is down the line, but I just wanted to kind of exemplify how everything we do is very well thought out, but also in the aspect of longevity to combat the bear market. Um, but also it's intertwined. So every move we make is connected in some way. So it makes every move we make stronger as a conjoined force. Like working with Volt Eno because we're already in Metabrawl Eno, and that is the start of the marketing push for Metabrawl. Metabrawl will not be long. I don't want too many questions about Metabrawl Eno since I am fully devoted to Hulk Eno and my community members can vouch for that. Uh, but the idea is when Meta Brawl Eno is going to be released, you can imagine the super force of marketing with Shiba Inu marketing about Meta Brawl Inu, Volt Inu, Wolverine Inu, Hulk Inu, Shinja, all the other characters that may not necessarily be as known as those four will also be marketing individually and then also together. So it's going to make a huge impact on the blockchain, along with the first crypto series, along with these comics that come out. It's going to revolutionize how we perceive these meme tokens, even though we're more utility based as far as everything we're pushing out. So there's a lot of different aspects from us. I don't know what time I started. I think I'm approaching my 20 to 25 minutes. But to clarify on some of the things that were shaking up the market, revolutionizing how things are done, Hokinu Raidbot is out there for free for any dev, and I'll extend my arm to our competitors here. You guys feel free to use our Hokinu Raidbot. Automates raids inside of your community for your members to follow, completely free. You choose your shield list, you choose your template, and the Raidbot will take care of the rest. So it'll bring that momentum and activity that we promote inside of our community for, no silence for more than 5 minutes. We don't want people worrying that nothing's happening. We want them continuously seeing updates and hearing my voice every day, seeing my face. I've also doxed, and my picture is in our community. So there's a lot of different things that we're doing to shake everything up. Hulk Smash campaign, this dev versus dev AMA is one of its kind. So we do traditional mixed with non-traditional marketing pushes, stand out, but also invoke change inside of the markets. We want projects to do better as well, along with us, along with our big brother tokens. And we're trying to spread some of that awareness with the actions, obviously lead by example. Yeah, viral marketing campaign as well. We have a video coming to World Star Hip Hop that's in review. I've challenged the Sheba Dev to a boxing match, Hulk Smash and viral. That'll be live streamed, AMA beforehand. We wear, I wear a Hulk mask. He wears a Sheba mask. Box it up. Winner wins 100K, which goes back into the chart. Buyback. So none of the moves that we do are not to influence the chart. Everything we do will influence the chart, either in the short term or the long term. And most of the time, it is all about the health of the chart, which is also why we're doing this Dev versus Dev AMA collaboration, but also some rivalry, shake up the crypto market. Let people know Hulk is here to smash. Hulk is here to stay. Um, yeah, I think that was everything off the top of my head. We have our website up, our white paper is up and getting extended, but our website V2 is just up. The narration for the comic is coming soon. We want to make sure that it is as user friendly as possible. NFT designs are out except for Valhalla. We'll have a reveal for that. We're working on revolutionary 3D art for a billboard campaign for YouTubers as well, something that's never been done before in the crypto space. So we have traditional marketing pushing us forward and keeping us sturdy. Then we have non-traditional marketing, bringing new eyes and very good for bigger whales, for bigger AMAs with YouTubers. And big communities that have us stand out, show that we think outside of the box, extremely hardworking community, and we stand behind our concept 100%. And we will keep pushing forward. And Hulk versus Bear, Hulk will always win. I don't want to take up too much time, and I think we started at 15 past, so I think I'm at 20 minutes. And I'm sure later on with questions, uh, I'm sure that I'll start talking and giving more details too. And if my community members think I missed something, just ask for it. I'm more than happy. It's obviously a lot to go through, and I don't like working off lists. But yeah, with that being said, hopefully everybody got that. And you can check our Medium articles if you missed a lot of it. When I will leave the ball in your court, either Sensei or NZ. Feel free to tell us about Kishiburno.
Well, I think I just finished an entire episode of She-Hulk while listening to that, so that was awesome. No, I'm just kidding. I'm always been extremely bullish on Hulk Inu for a while, so that's good. I've held it for because I'm not in. Doesn't mean I'm not in. But anyways, yeah. So thanks again for having us here today. Really excited. I know that you and the dev. I know he's not here right now because he's a little busy, and I'm like the guy that he pushes into the pool when he doesn't want to get wet. So I know you've known our dev for a while. Little background story. He launched this. He'd been planning it for a while. I've known him for a couple of months. Actually, it's probably been about a year. And we were planning on doing this for a while. And when he launched it initially, if you look at our chart, it took some hype. So our dev used to work for the Kishimoto team, which is where the concept of Kishiburno came from. He was their NFT dev, and he's done a bunch of other projects that have hit some decent numbers, to what some people would suspect anyways. So it had that initial hype off of seeing that it get deployed from a Kishimoto deployer wallet. And then obviously with any instantaneous hype, there's instantaneous backlash. You go up too fast, you come down pretty fast as well. We created a beautiful cup and handle, and I'm just talking about chart crap at the moment. After that beautiful cup and handle, we've been extremely steadily growing since then. We've hit an all-time high of a little over $1, and then big profits, big rewards, which is where I love the tokenomics of this project. I mean, we are a hyper deflationary token as far as that's what the base is built off of. What makes us a little bit different, if you look at a couple of other slightly more popular hyperdeflationary tokens, is with every burn we do add a percentage to the liquidity pool, and that's it. That's straight. That's where all of our taxes go. It's a 5 in, 5 out. 2.5 goes straight to the LP. 2.5 goes to a burn, and that has allowed us to allow people to, if you don't want to stick around, they've taken some profits, and they've done very well for themselves, and still maintained a healthy chart. I want to say that we've burned close to 35, maybe 36% of our starting supply. We started just at 1 million. And I want to say, I can go look I'll look later. We're like right around 650,000 left in circulating supply, which is a pretty fast burn for a token that has been around under a month. So, that's just chart and tokenomic stuff, but you can't just rely on a good chart to keep a project going. Maybe back in the bull market, that was easy to do with good tokenomics. Now we actually need, now that we are in a bear market, we do need some substance, some substance to what we're doing here, which is what was great about when me and the dev, we started talking about this project, building the play to earn / play to burn ecosystem, which I'm really excited for. And there's a lot more to that, and I'll go into that in just a little bit. Our website is up. We didn't even call it a traditional white paper. We called it a pitch deck, right? It has a nice ring to it. It's our proposal. So this way, whenever we speak to bigger investors, people that own or run other play to earn tokens, we can send them our pitch deck. They can see exactly what it is that we're all about and what the vision is for Kishiburno. I'm not going to go too crazy in detail, but if you have kids, or if you are a kid still and you've ever played any online gaming, you've probably played on a system or heard of a system called Steam. Steam is like a giant database of a bunch of games that kids play online, and it creates a huge revenue every single year. I mean, I'm talking about over 300 million a year is spent on Steam at least. So it's a huge market that we plan on tapping into, and we're not scared to jump in there with some crypto, right? And that's why some of these big companies haven't really jumped in that market, because they're a little scared of the entire volatility of the crypto space. So that's a little bit of what we want to harness. And we're going to have, there's a bunch of stuff to talk about. It says, so how did you do it? How did you talk about everything in 20 minutes? So, who do I hear in the background? Who do we have to mute? Somebody's got me in their pocket. But anyways, all right, cool. So going on a little bit more about Kishiburno, right? We have this amazing, I want you guys to think about Steam meets DEX tools. So with the Kishiburno token, it is going to be the base currency of Kishiburno. There's going to be different levels that we're going to be creating for, different subscription levels that we're going to be creating for the end user. And depending on how much Kishiburno you plan on spending per month, it'll allow you to have access to different levels of the entire system, the entire tokenomics, the entire program, different leagues. So, for example, if you hold 150 Kishiburno a month, you get to advance to the A League. The A League is going to allow you to pre-sales inside of a group. They might not be exclusive private sale allocations, but you'll be able to jump onto brand new play to earn titles and play them all through entirely our system. I want you guys to think about kind of the way Xbox Live works or Steam works in that way, where if you're a certain gold or a platinum member on some of those, that you're allowed to, play certain beta games for free, or jump into different titles or exclusively released titles. So that's going to kind of be the long-term idea of those two different leagues that go on with inside the Kishiburno software. The other cool thing is, if you become a member that holds over 10,000 tokens, you're going to be able to enjoy the benefits and earn passive income from holding those tokens and being part of those different subscription tiers, right? Think about it as a way of profit sharing. So not only do you hold the significant amount of tokens, but you're also earning money back, because the revenue that is created from those games is going to be distributed evenly amongst those holders that own those tokens. So that's all currently. Last I spoke to the dev, which was, I spoke to him today, but about this specifically, all that is currently in wireframe development. We're going to be able to kind of show that off a little bit here shortly. Once we kind of create a little bit of a skin around the wireframe, and we'll have some examples up and coming for that. Now, in the meantime, because this is kind of newer technology, we are kind of trying to jump into a $1 million, $1 billion industry that is gaming. we want to make sure everything is done correctly. So we're not throwing out some Fiverr or, some junk kind of back end software for everybody to try to do this. We're creating everything, from scratch. We're creating it clean. So we want to make sure it's done right. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we have some things that kind of keep everybody busy in the meantime until that happens. We are coming up with and everybody does this, everybody loves it. We have some pretty amazing, badass looking NFTs coming up. And even our NFTs are taking just a little bit of time because from what I understand, he's using some Unreal NFTs to do it. And you're going to be able to buy those NFTs using your Kishiburno. And then once you do buy them, they're going to get that Kishiburno you buy with is going to get burned. So it's just removing more and more out of circulation. I mean, even if you don't play video games, even if you're not into the whole play to earn or play to burn aspect of it, just the tokenomics alone are a sell on the project. Having that we've burnt so many already, it's going to have a serious squeeze in the supply shock here shortly. So I think right now it's somewhere like 27, 28 cents. The more that people buy, the more that's going to burn. Every transaction does that 5%. So that's a little bit on that real quick. Let me bump off to the next thing. So about marketing and influencers. The Dev and I have been actively reaching out and talking to a couple of Twitch streamers just lately. We've been jumping into the whole Twitch and gaming guys, getting some lower level Twitch streamers to get on board with us first. A lot of the same names that you've mentioned earlier about people that are into Hulk and looking at Hulk. We've had, small conversations with them. Obviously, NZ, who's in here, he's got his own call channel. He's heavily involved with Kishiburno. He's close with Gooby. And then I've had conversations with Giba and Matthias back and forth here and there about different things, not as in detail, but he's definitely heard about Kishiburno and, hopefully, a little bit of this AMA kind of gives him a little more incentive to look into it just a little bit more.
Hey, Sensei, I'll just quickly, if you don't mind, I'll just quickly butt in with what you're talking about. So one thing that's actually a huge positive, guys, for Kishiburno is the fact that we actually haven't had a lot of support from what you'd say your typical influencers and callers. A lot of what we've actually had has been organic, and the great thing about that is that's still like something that we're going to branch into down the road, if that makes sense. So it's not like we've shot all of our shots just yet, because you can find a lot of projects that you get into, and you get this, you get that, and then it's like you run out of things that you can actually give. Well, as far as marketing and things like that go, we haven't really pushed in that direction very hard just yet. So keep in mind, you guys are looking at a token that has pretty much been worked upon from community. Just like now, as me and Sensei here, we're just both community members. We're not getting paid for this. I don't get paid to turn up and to chat, or I don't get paid to share this project. I just actually believe in it, and so there's a big difference with moving forward and growing, is that we actually haven't had big callers support and things like that. I've got heaps of plugs and things that eventually going to work on and bring in and things, but yeah, just for anyone listening, we haven't done that yet. So there's a lot of room, a lot of eyes to come on us. I'll let you carry on for this, Sensei. I thought I wanted to put that across because I know some people may think that it's not, why haven't they had any callers? Well, guess what? We still have that avenue to go down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the few calls that we have had have either been close friends of ours or, just people that have decided to call. It's a lot of it is that we're really focusing a lot on building the back end of this to make sure that it's done correctly. And we know, and I love all the callers, right? I mean, I used to have a call channel myself, and I know you do, NZ, and that's another topic. I think that volume that they bring to a chart is sometimes suited a little bit better when there's already a good sized community behind it. Because if you're expecting the community to come from callers, sometimes it can have a little bit of that pump and dump effect, which Um, you know, once we have a solid foundation of a product to give and show people, now it's like, all right, man, now let's get these colors. And now, you know, if you didn't get in early, you know, now's the time. And everybody that kind of jumps in now, just like Hulk Inu, you know, a couple of others that we're working on as well. I like to call these partnerships because, you know, we work for each other. You know, I I, I know a little bit of backstory of stuff that's going on, but I know that having Hulk along as a partner and a friend and somebody that I want to see their project do really well because I do own some. Other than just, I know that they're a good people project, as in like everybody that is running and marketing and behind the Hulk Inu project are good people, just like everybody behind, you know, Kishiburno is good people. These are the projects you want to see succeed. I saw, you know, I don't want to talk too much about other stuff. Man, I was had people in my DMs telling me about this other project. I would see it on Instagram, and it was being promoted by these high level influencers. And then I just found out that it got rugged today, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was not a good people project. You know, and I know from the bottom of my heart that is not something that we have to worry about with Kishiburno. And I know that is not something that anybody that is part of the Hulk community has to worry about with Hulk. You know, these are good long-term projects that are working on real things in the background. And just like when you work on things at the level that Hulk is working on, and when you're working on things at the level that Kishiburno is working on, it's hard to give people a specific timeline. And crypto is a very hype space where everybody just wants to be excited all the time. But the truth is it's still in real life things that we're building, and it doesn't just get built overnight. We could say, yeah, we want to have it done by Friday, but something happens. Maybe the market takes a big dump, and you know things get pushed a month or 2 months. You know, everything can change in an instant of how long something takes to get done. And the people that we have in our community are diamond hand holders, and obviously Hulk has got some diamond hand holders too, so that are patiently waiting for, you know, that big bump in the future. So I'm really excited about all this. I'm excited about Kishiburno's opportunities for the future. I'm excited to see Hulk's opportunities in the future, and I'm excited for today with this dev versus dev challenge. You know, I really don't care who wins. I think we're going to win just because, you know, we look better in green than you guys do. But, you know, I think it's a win-win for everybody.
Beautiful. Okay, very nice. Yeah, I see your community is they're out for blood, man.
Oh, that reminds me. Hey, how can we do the Kishiburno versus Hulk Inu boxing match? I mean, can I do that one? I would like to do that one
Yeah,
instead.
let's put Sensei in for that. We could
Hey,
do
you got
that.
100K?
Do that with you.
You have 100K in your pocket?
No, but I'm, you know, I can work for it. You know, if you look at my profile
Yeah.
picture.
Hokino only fights for 6 figures, my man. But I see.
You guys got
I'm
big
mildly
wallets over
impressive.
there, right?
You gotta keep your chin up.
No, that chin
Nice
stays
stuff.
down.
Hey. So,
Depending
is there sort of any questions anyone has around this buy competition and things? So from what I gather, 48 hours you must hold for. On our side, if you are to buy and win, you'll win 0.5 ETH. I'll be paying for that myself, and that's like the type of things that you know, community members in our project are actually doing. It's very rare that a community will put their money where their mouth is in this space. You know, it's a lot of everyone wants to take. But yeah, I'm quite a big supporter of Kishiburno. So I'm definitely willing to, as we don't have a marketing wallet, to help out with things like that in order to see success of a project. And you guys have got your NFTs, and same thing, 48 hours, right? Baseball.
yes. Yeah, you'll biggest buy will win a free NFT. I do want to clarify for the members listening. In the grand scheme of what NFTs are, right? What we're offering is a legendary. Only the first round buyers have the ability to reach Valhalla. So this NFT will give them access to insane stake and rewards. A ticket for the giveaway at first round is $5,000 to a winner. And also, if they do the race to Valhalla, if they're first, that's $10,000. So this is a $15,000 potential NFT, along with amazing stake and rewards that they can get. Extremely exclusive. So yeah, the same thing. Hold for 48 hours. Biggest buy wins it.
Nice. And I just got I got a quick little text message from our dev that he's also, besides, just because our job is to one up you just a little bit. We're also going to give away one of our first NFTs to our winner besides the 0.5. So also as well. So maybe you should give away 0.5 to your winners as well. I'm just saying, because we're going to do an NFT and 0.5.
I like it.
I like the incentive. How can I say no?
Wow,
You sort of put on the
nice.
spot now, mate.
You just, hey man, it's how, it is what it is. You could have said no, and we could have just, been giving away more than you. But,
No,
if these guys are listening. But yeah, NZ brought up a good point. It's all about, at least for the Kishiburno side, it is all about community. He's putting up that 0.5 out of his own pocket for the winner of this. And even every time that I've talked to a big influencer, I go for my own bag and I'm like, hey man, are you willing to jump on board? I've got this many total tokens. Here's my wallet. I'll give you this much if you want to be a partner. Unfortunately, some guys in the space don't quite see it that way yet. I know that with the supply squeeze, that Kishiburno is going to be anywhere between a $50 to $100 token, but it's going to take time. It's going to take work, and those that jump in early are going to reap the benefits. But yeah, we do have those. Well, it's not out yet. You can ask the dev; he'll tell you more about it, or I can tell you later. But yeah, they should be done in like 7 to 10 days at the very most. I think like middle of last week he said 10 days, so I like to extend it out just in case. But yeah, we're only doing I think like 666 or something like that, and they're going to be worth about 200 Kishiburno each, which is like right now I think like 0.1. So it's going to be pretty awesome.
Just quickly to be clear about that, guys. Our NFTs, it's not just going to be. I mean, and I don't want to take it away from any other projects with NFTs and things like that, but the whole purpose of them is to be built into our ecosystem. We're just releasing NFTs to make some noise or something. There's a whole purpose behind it, to help with things like revenue and getting different subscription tiers, also towards our launch pad, or there's so many options there what we will use the NFTs for. And what if you're looking into our project, I've got to say, take the time to look at the vision on the website, the white paper, because it really goes into depth. If you look at it, it's like a mastermind ecosystem, and that's what actually blew me away and drawn me to this project. Quite often, I'll never read a white paper. I'm like the sort of degenerate investor who just sees a chart that's pumping and fucking apes it. That's just how I am. But I took the time to actually have a good look, and ever since I've sort of been, I guess I was sold on it. I'm sold on the idea, and the more that people see the developments, the more it will become something that they can believe in. Because I know that a lot of people sort of sit on the sidelines and they look at a project and they go, "Oh, it's all just words and this and that." But hey, if you look through our chart, I'll tell you right now, 99% of devs would have walked away. They would have 100% walked away after all the FUD and all sorts we had at one point. And our dev chose not to walk away. He believed in the project and what he was pushing it, and he worked it from the ground from, I think, 30K market cap back up to, it looks like at 8th we hit about 1 mil market cap. And then you can see we've started heading back down. We're sort of creating another big U, cup and handle sort of shape's going to start to form now again. And the great thing about the supply shock is that every time we get these big pumps and we get our our burn rate and things increase, it only makes it easier. It makes it easier every time to pump harder because the supply on Uniswap and the supply total supply is going down as we're at 35%. We're at 100% tokens when we launched, and we've already burnt through 35%. And that's not the dev buying and burning tokens or anything like that. That is our contract that is built to burn, and our liquidity to grow thicker and thicker, which also rises that price floor up as you go. So
Yeah. Baseball. I mean,
yeah.
it's funny. Like, if you, I mean, and I'm sure you've talked to the dev a little bit, but like, we've had like some crazy, and I'm sure you guys have too. Everybody does, but we really have had some like moments in this young coin that a lot of people could have easily walked away from. If not even just looking at the chart, we had he had that first initial run up on launch day, and it ran up to like 400,000 market cap, which was cool. And then he had some FUD because people were like, "Oh, you're not the dev from Kishiburno," whatever. It was, and people were just being dumb. It wasn't. He never said he was. It just came from that wallet. But anyways, and then it went back down, and then we got Bart Baker, which I don't know if you're familiar. I'm sure you are though.
Yeah.
And he joined the project, and he was like, oh man, he was like an hour away from getting ready to do the tweet, and then he tweeted about it, and then we were like, why is nobody coming into the chat? And somehow the Telegram, the original Telegram, had been like shadow banned by Telegram, where if you came in there, it would automatically kick you out, and you couldn't find it. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like, I'd never seen it. So we had to make a whole new Telegram, and then even after that happened, we jumped up to over $1, which was cool. And then people took profits, and it just did its normal, crypto thing. And then we had a partnership with another burn token, which I don't want to like dog anybody out, but we had a partnership with it. And then we were supposed to do an AMA later that day. And for whatever reason, after we looked into it and we started to dig into their thing, and we realized it wasn't the best partnerships we have formed anyways. And then we kind of just kanked it. So that was a little bit of a setback, for the better of us versus doing it when we were later and bigger. But it was just, it's been quite the ups and downs, which is perfect for a community to learn to grow.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, we also do burns quite often to increase the value for our members, along with the chart growing and a lot of longevity. So part of that Embrace the Bear Market campaign is doing all things all at once. So we have our advisory board, we have legal advisors, we have all these influencers, designers, everything already ready to go. No need to hunt, only move forward. So I'm with you. There's a lot of stuff happening in the market, and our team moves extremely fast, and that's thanks to the backing that we have, and thanks to our strong community, thanks to our strong team. So we have all these superpowers along with us that have already proven success. So inside of creation, there's a saying, like nothing is actually created; it's only recycled. So what I mean by that is we are not reinventing the wheel, but we are also reinventing the wheel. So we are doing what has been done and doing it well. And on top of that, we're also bringing in very new aspects to the market that no one has seen before. Similar like this dev versus dev AMA that we had brought over to you guys. There's a lot of different perks that Holkino is bringing to the market, and we're barely scratching the surface and already receiving a ridiculous amount of support and growing bigger and bigger. So we're already reaching out to these superpowers of the market that aren't in our network and actually getting responses from these big people that you would think normally would ignore a message. And we know they're watching us. We have venture capitalists also watching us. We want to grow, stand on our own two legs before we get venture capitalists in, because we want our community still to be in charge of the movements that we make and have that decision-making power. So it's uncanny of the things that we can do, that we will do, that we're already backed by. For that comic series that I spoke about, I've already been in touch with multiple multi-million dollar tokens that are all about doing collaborations for that series. So our comic studio already has a strong base for it. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And Hokino, just the plans that we have, the backing that we have, the funding that we have in the background as well. It's great for the stance that we're in as the youngest addition to Meta Brawl Inu. That pushes us forward. So that's why we see this insane momentum, insane push. The marketing team never stops pushing. We never stop developing. The team never sleeps because we're riding this momentum up until the Meta Brawl Inu game release, which is going to be something that's never been seen before inside of crypto as well. So that ties into our traditional, non-traditional marketing platform. Um, but on top of that, Hulkino is also doing their own play to earn game, bring out a trailer. So we're the last addition to Meta Brawl Inu, but the first to have their own play to earn game. Similar like how Marvel does it, right? Avengers all together and then their own movie or trilogy. So there's all these different pushes they're all happening at once because our entire team is easy 20 plus. I mean, just our designers are 20 illustrators, publicists, and art experts. Add in our influencers that back us. Add in the team, the core team, the Wolverine team, it's something that we've had in mind by doing all these things during the bear market, pumping our chart, getting great gains during the bear market with the incentive of people holding with staking, saying, yeah, I've already 5x, 10x, 20x my investment, but I'm comfortable holding because I'm earning passive income through staking. My initials are covered. My 2x is covered all through staking. And then the bull market comes and we see something that has never been seen before in crypto. It's an exciting time. And I think from what I've spoken with my members, every day they start to see us realizing these goals that we're setting, and they're seeing it. We're getting closer and closer, and they're all starting to get a great grasp. I can't Easter egg anything or maintain any mystery in my community anymore. They all see what steps follow the steps that I'm giving updates about.
Yeah, no, 100%. I've watched the journey and what you guys have been doing. It's amazing, and that's what I was saying earlier. What I was getting at with the fact that we haven't had a lot of eyes on us is the potential for our growth is huge. You know, but what I was going to say, baseball, is shall we open up the
Some
floor
questions.
for maybe a few questions and things like that? I mean, everyone's probably sick of listening to us talk now, and they probably maybe some people want to say something or maybe want to
100%.
ask you or ask us.
Yeah. Anybody has any questions, feel free to speak your mind. Any thoughts, comments, concerns, feel free. The floor is yours.
This is when everyone goes shy.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, I'll tell you what. I know that we can probably make sure that that Hulk Inu game comes out on Kishimoto or Kishiburno. Sorry, multitasking.
Yeah, we have already. So we're going to be using the same team that's done Meta Brawl, So that's what I was saying, that our network is filled. So when it's handy as well when people come in for roles, for jobs, and say we can't, we're good. We're having a whole internal crew behind us and access to anything you could think of. So as far as gaming, as far as NFT developers, uh, comic series designers, marketers, everything right in our grasp. I'll open it up to questions again. If anybody does not want to speak, you can also text it inside of your community chat or our community chat or their community chat or our community chat.
Everybody always gets so quiet when this is time to go.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we also covered so
How
much
about
information.
I'm gonna give away $50 for the best question in the next 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
If I
Any
said
of
you
you
had a
guys
beautiful body, would you
speak
hold
up?
it against me? I'll send you my wallet.
Anyone wanna ask any questions or relap on anything that we've said?
I just have a general statement. I think this debate has been great, and I like the fact that you can be friendly adversaries, but in truth, you're all on the same crypto team, right? Everybody wants everybody to raise up to a higher level, and just like famous athletes that have a friendly competition, they need that to grow off each other, and so I appreciate this.
Yeah, it is good. I think it's nice to be able to have friends in crypto. Uh, Me and baseball are quite often messaging each other, giving each other a bit of shit about things, so it makes it fun.
Yeah. Frustrating fun. I have a question for Kishiburno
What you got, big dog?
about to earn this $50.
I
Put it
know,
right
right?
back into the show.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you guys burn tokens on every sell or transaction.
Every transaction.
So that increases the value for your current holders,
Correct.
but does it not in turn decrease the value for your holders coming in? So how are you incentivizing new holders from entering your chart?
That is a good question. So it doesn't really devalue the new holders as they come in because obviously the price is always going to have a fluctuation to it. Like for example, I mean it's a price like as far as a price, it's the chart itself is going to move just like anything else. It is going to eventually stabilize pretty well. So obviously, just like any token, you always want to get in earlier. So right now, again, we're under a 30 cents. So if you buy in now, you're going to get a really good deal. And if you hold it as the supply starts to decrease and the LP starts to increase, what you're holding is going to gain value. But unfortunately, this is crypto, and we know what people do. I mean, you've seen it in probably every chart you've been into. People will buy and sell, and they'll dump the entire bag and all that kind of good stuff. The new holders that come in, because there is going to be such a limited supply left, that supply is going to create a demand that they're going to have to essentially pay for if they want to partake in some of the utility that is created, such as the play to earn database, if they want an NFT or any of the other things that as we go through and become part of the subscription tiers, they're going to have to purchase the token in order to play, and be part of that ecosystem. The benefit is they're going to have to try to catch a dip. So every dip, even though I got in really, really early, not that early, probably around 8 cents, if I'm going to be honest. I catch every dip I can. If I've got an extra $100 or if I flip something else, I just buy some more Kishiburno. I just keep adding to my bag because I know that as this continues to pump, it's going to increase what I'm holding. And there's been people that have dumped an entire bag, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, it's a burn token. Don't dump your whole bag. At least keep a couple in there because you never know what's going to happen in 2 months from now. As the supply continues to diminish with every transaction, you're going to have more value. So I don't know if that completely answers the question, if that makes sense. But that's kind of the best explanation I can think of right now to give you.
Okay, gotcha. And then with those burns, when people do DCA that have the majority of the tokens after some time, what are you doing to combat your chart volatility to
A
maintain
lot of
stability?
a lot of that's going to be the adding to the LP, right? It makes it to where you can safely trade this token. It is only 5% in and out. So you can literally catch a dip. You can day trade. I've watched the chart and I've seen people day trade it like crazy on days that it goes up and down. You can go into Dex tools right now, or not Dex tools, into Uniswap, and you can pretend to sell a max bag and your swap button won't be red. I can tell you another burn token that if you put in a max bag and you try to sell it, you will kill the chart. You will kill the chart in one sell.
Yeah. So speaking of that sensor, exactly what you're saying. I've looked at a lot of different burn tokens and things like that, and longevity wise, a lot of them will struggle with the liquidity. Um, if you go and dump full bags in them, it's going to kill the chart. You can 100%. We've had people with max wallets selling from the top, and it moved our chart. I think about 5% or something like that. So only a tiny amount.
Yeah, when we had over $1,
Yeah.
we had people dumping, and again, this is just people that didn't see the vision. These were people that dumped when we were over $1. We had people dumping $18,000 in a sale, and would maybe only bring us down to like 95 cents. And then obviously people start to, do that back to back. So I think one day we had, over $40,000-$50,000 in sales. And what did it do? It increased our burn rate. So everybody that was sitting around holding, they were just keeping a bigger piece of the supply. So then when you look at the percentages on Etherscan, your percentage of what you're holding starts to go up. My best explanation that I use this with people, and it's kind of like a rudimentary, simple math kind of word problem, but it's like if you go to the market and the market has 10 apples, I have 5 apples and you have 5 apples. But every time, if I go to the store and I want to buy, 3 apples, but before I get one, somebody eats one and it's gone forever, it makes all the remaining apples more valuable. If I want to buy your apples, and you eat one before you give them to me, I don't really get as many apples, but the value of what's left is increasing. And if you look at anything in the economy right now with supply and demand, you can see how the price on the chart is just going to go up. Look at gas, look at vehicles, look at toilet paper back when COVID-19 was going crazy. I mean, everything is supply and demand is nuts right now.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then you guys said that it was all organic growth so far, right? With Kishiburno?
Yes,
Can
sir.
you define organic growth?
A lot of our callers have been, or not even callers, like, Enzi has done a lot of, he's been a great help. He's brought in other networks of people that are maybe inside of alpha groups that have, talked to them about, hey, you guys should, check out this token. So they'll come in and get a max bag. It's all been peer-to-peer marketing, hey, I'm in an alpha group. I'm going to share this in here and get my guys to come in and hold the bag. Or there's been none of your traditional crypto marketing, like paid trending or what else? Nothing that has cost any serious money. That if it did cost a decent amount of money, then our own members spent it out of our own pocket. So it's all been in-house, kind of. Our own community has raised the funds for anything specific.
And just going on more about that, after talking with the developer a bit and things like that on his ideas of marketing and things, and a lot of it he wants to use for actual sort of bigger real world marketing, like CX listings, exchanges, and really pushing the development of actually giving a product, because so many teams don't really ever come and give their product in a in a sort of timely fashion. So that is something that's really important. It's actually delivering a sort of high quality product that people will use. But yeah, as far as organic goes, it really is like sort of, I guess, old school techniques of just chatting with people, just talking about it and saying like, hey, have a look at our have a look at our white paper and read it and ask questions if you've got questions. And it doesn't take people long. Like if you show anyone our vision, it sort of sells itself. A lot of people get pretty blown away by it once they have a read.
it's really my
Yeah, I
fault
hear
too.
you.
I mean, I'm old school. Like I own an in real life business, and it does relatively well. And some people think I'm crazy because I don't do any marketing at all in my business. In my real life business, I don't do any marketing at all. All I do is focus all my time, energy, and money on my everyday product, right? And as my everyday product gets better and better, and I continue to provide excellent service, then all of my key members just continue to bring in new people. Like I don't have to spend. I maybe spend. Okay, it's not true. I probably spend like 1% or maybe less, like 0.5% on maybe a Facebook ad or something like that, but very small, like super, super tiny during a season. But other than that, I just make sure that I have an excellent product that we put out. This is just in my in real life experience. And just with that comes, good members. And I end up trying to do the same thing every time I play around in crypto and I get involved in a project. I try to do the same thing. I tell the dev, hey, no reason to spend 1 ETH on this guy to push a button. Like we can do this ourselves. All we have to do is, grow the community. I mean, think about the amount of people that are involved in crypto. There's not that many. How many holders does Hulk have?
600 to 700. I think somewhere in the mid.
I mean, let's think about that number. Like that's nothing. Like in the grand scheme of things, 600 something holders, that's baby numbers. We only have 300. Like imagine if we hit some real world numbers, 10,000 holders or something like that. Like how many people are in the world? How many people are on Telegram? How many people are on Twitch, or how many people, if you capture a small percentage of that, then your holder share grows dramatically. I was telling the dev the other day, I was like, man, if we just got every one of our members, we have 300 holders. If we had every holder bring in 2 people and spent $200 to $500 each, right? Then that does what? We would immediately hit almost 1,000 holders, and we would probably be at $10 a token because of the way the burn factor is and the chart, the way it's going to grow. But now you would go to 1,000 members, and you would tell the same people the same thing. Hey, go find another group of people, and bring them in. And that's just organic market. And again, I do it in my real life, business. It's how I deal. And I don't sell a product. I run a service. It's no secret. My name is Sensei. I own a martial arts school, right? So I literally just teach good classes, and I try to have a good product, and I help people. And then I'm like, hey, I helped you. I want to help your friends. Go get your friends in here for me, and I'll help them, right? And then they're going to bring their friends. And it's just kind of the easiest way to grow a product.
Okay, so yeah, so I saw that where you're not getting a marketing wallet, right? 2.5% to LP, 2.5% burn, in and out. Is that correct?
Yeah, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. I clicked off the screen. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So yeah, I agree with with organic growth. Obviously it's great. I like the duo factor of promoting it through your network, but that only goes so far, right? Like you said, 300 holders. We're at 600 as well, where we've done both. Um, but to get to the 1,000 members, to surpass the competitor tokens that are also burn tokens, where's the funding going to come from for the harder pushes of marketing, where organic growth plateaus, and also for development? Because from our side, we have marketing allocated, also a percentage to LP, for buyback and staking pool, and the NFTs are also synergetic for our following push for marketing and development for our buyback wallets. Um, so that's what I'm asking is, I understand now in the month phase, organic can be working for you, but what about 6 months, 6 years down the line, where you want to do these larger developments or these larger, guerrilla tactics of marketing? Where is the funding coming from that? Is that the community, or is there
No, I
another
can
funding process?
answer. Yeah, ad revenue from our platform. So, like, just like any advertising, if you look at Dex tools, or if you look at what Steam does, your games are advertising to get top spot on your platform. Just like anything in life, we're willing to pay top dollar to get eyes. I mean, how much have you guys spent on marketing to get eyes on you guys? That's what it's about. So when you have a finished product and a platform, a lot of our money will come from ad revenue. Because what does everyone want in crypto? If you've got a game or something like that, you want people to see it. You want people to, um, for you to be everywhere, not just your own coin pushing your game, but having yourself on a platform and all that is what will bring in our revenue.
Yeah, there's a couple, and it's not just one. I mean, I don't want to cut NZ off, but that's one portion of where the revenue is going to come from. And again, from what Dev tells me, you're a very intelligent businessman yourself. Obviously doing well with Hulk. No, my pleasure. It's important to have multiple streams of income, even if you are doing it on one platform. He mentioned one, which is going to be the ad stream. There's something we haven't really touched a lot about. We are going to be doing a launch pad for the play to earn tokens, which will in turn launch on, Kishiburno platform. But, how many of these people are out there running, play to earn game tokens, but never really go anywhere? Obviously, that will be another service that will provide, for the third party project that wants to launch on Kishiburno and get into our, subscription tier service and have people buy from us. So that'll be another stream. We also have a little bit of a private investor group that, is invested into the project as well, that we can, I can't really speak on that too much, but you kind of get the idea with that one there. There's the NFTs, which will also create a little bit of revenue. There's taxes from that are going to help. There's a lot that's going to go on from the project, but a lot of it is self-funded for the initial tech developments that are going to happen. And then obviously, again, there's going to be a little bit from everything. In today's society, just in general, you can't have one mainstream stream of income. You have to have multiple things coming in. And that's kind of what's cool about this project. Is it's not just going to hope on, we're not putting all of our eggs in one basket to help fund the project. The basic tokenomics are there for everybody, but the tokenomics are not what's funding the project. It's the actual utility will fund the project.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Similar to our viewpoint is, of course, utility, everything that we bring out, of course, in my eyes, naturally it should go back into the project, because in the end, it started from the chart and it goes out of the chart, but it goes right back to the chart, because that's the important part. I can say we're doing Hulk merch, but how is that important for our investors? Of course, all profits from merch, or the majority profits, go into the chart or go into marketing, and we show proofs of that. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you. But yeah, like you said, the marketing it's quite expensive, and we've spent, uh, I think, easy six figures already on marketing and development, and we still have good amount coming in. But the idea is, you invest into marketing, it comes back through transactions, so you can invest into more marketing or more development. And then you develop these things, like NFTs, that also have to be marketed, goes back into the chart, goes back into marketing and development for the next comic series comes in. Same thing, profits come in from comic studio. While building that comic series, you're already building up an entire business. And why not just keep going and saying, hey, I've developed a comic, I can do one for you too. Markup, I can content write, I can do this. And then those gains go to your diehard holders. Percentage of that also goes in the buybacks. Percentage also goes into marketing and develop for an NFT marketplace. Same thing, but the idea is that the bigger that you get, the longer that you're there, the higher the marketing efforts start to cost. Because you're upgrading every day. You're going to bigger and better marketing platforms, and it is expensive, and we are pushing in every single direction. And the only idea is always up. So marketing goes up higher and higher, but those costs go up higher and higher as well, which is why, we have the majority portion of our tokenomics go into marketing, but, it's also used while doing organic growth, while reinvesting any profits gained, um, because that does come from the holders. So
Oh,
I'm with you.
absolutely.
I was wondering about the longevity aspect of the bigger and badder, but it seems like angel investors will be your secret sauce.
Yeah, I mean, there's, and there's so many different ways to cut the cheese. I mean, I think with ours, and I've been a part of a ton of projects that have a big marketing wallet, and they're able to spend a little bit. It's more like a machine gun. They can throw more dollars out there and get a lot bigger percentage back because they're putting so much money out there, which, that does work. It's not that it doesn't work, because it does. Ours is more of like a sniper. We have to be very smart on the ROI that we do invest some in. And if we can save a little bit in this early stage, now, you're 100% correct. Once we start to hit that, there's going to be a threshold where community push is only going to take things so far. The best community projects, that kind of started the whole community idea, they've started to dwindle down. They're not where they used to be because we're in a bear market. But, absolutely, can we start doing all kinds of crazy stuff once we start to get bigger? Yeah, we can do billboards and freaking Twitch commercials and huge YouTube guys. But, and this is just me talking, like, to me, like, we're at 300 holders, even 600 holders. Like, I can put, I live in Florida, and I mean, like, a high school has 3,000 students, in general. Like, we don't even have as many holders as a high school in a city in Florida. You know what I mean? It's, to me, it just, in my brain, I'm like, 600 is not a lot. Like, get 10,000 holders, now we're talking. Like, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of wallets out there. That's a lot of transactions. Anything under 1,000 to me, just in my mind, is like, you're just not that big yet. You're still in baby mode. We can all have big visions and big plans, but, like, I don't know. It's just the way. I mean, my personal business, my company that I own, I have 400 clients. Maybe I should tell all my clients to go out and buy $100 worth of Kishiburno to make my life easier. But I don't know. It's just the way I'm thinking. Like, to me, like, anything, it's just not a lot of holders yet. Not saying we can't get there, but we're all still young in the whole game.
Right. Yeah. No. Exactly. I'm with that too. That's where we're at. We're told over and over again in a different market, the project would look like this, but have to continuously let my members know about incremental growth, step by step. But these steps, they're plans, they're micro movements towards this humongous future. Like I was saying about the comic series or NFTs, or even Wolverino. All of those steps that we did, kind of like a butterfly effect, has led us to Hulk Inu, and everything that we develop as far as marketing pushes, as far as any develops in the website, utilities that come out, like staking that was launched in week 1, raid bot week 2, referral bot I think also week 2. The idea is for exposure, and staking was for comfortability for our members to feel comfortable watching us grow. But then we incorporate that as our utility over and over again. So, hold on. Had a question in the community. The buy contest is over at 9 p.m. UTC. I also wrote it inside of the main chat. So it's 4 hours total. And I'll forward over the graphic as well that Maythouse put. By the way, guys, we had Maythouse call. So you guys are involved as well. So maybe you saw an influx of members coming into your group as well as ours, calling out the Battle of the Buys, saying he likes it. Pretty interesting concept. It's pinned in our community. I just forwarded it in the chat. But yeah, no. So with of course we're in baby phase, but how do babies turn into adults? They crawl before they walk, and they walk before they run. And that's what we're doing, with V1 staking, V2 coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if there's V3, because, we're working with our capabilities and, moving in all different directions with it. But, our members start to see that, like I was saying yesterday on our daily DC, about the comic studio. And I couldn't even keep it a secret. And they said, why don't you do animation series? And, I had to explain it step by step. But yes, after the comic studio, we have all of those graphics ready to go. What would stop us from doing an actual, anime or whatever style? Right now we're chibi style series, with collabing with other tokens too. So that's what I mean about this interconnected incremental growth. And yes, we're baby phase, but we're not we're not overshooting our shot or depleting our budget to ensure for longevity, and the community starts to pick up on, okay, we see this comic developing piece by piece, we see celebrities coming in, we see new promotion coming in, new utilities, new artworks, new ideas, concept, a constant delivery. That that doesn't necessarily drain our marketing budget, right? Because we're seeing a return on our investment, but it also gets our marketing capabilities. They grow every day, getting bigger and bigger.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, and it's going to work the same way for both of us, and it's great that we all get to work together, and then we can, form these kinds of partnerships and just be friendly. A friendly competition pushes everybody, even if it's not, it doesn't always have to be a buy contest. I mean, it could be whatever, it literally could, I don't know, just kind of talking out of my ass now, but I mean, it could be whatever we want, whatever we can dream it up to be. That's what our partnership can grow into. It doesn't have to be a competition. I like seeing other projects that, even if I'm not invested in them, and get better, because it overall helps the market and everything in crypto grow. To be honest with you, when I found out, I had a lot of friends get in that one project that ended up getting rugged today, and it kind of broke my heart, not because my friends lost money, but I know that a lot of the bigger investors that were in that project, if they lost a ton of money, then they're not going to be as a diamond hander in the next project, because I mean, they're going to try to recoup some of those funds. So every time something like that happens, it's really bad for the community in general. So I always enjoy seeing good partnerships work together to, grow and build everybody up. Because if we make money, you guys make money. At the end of the day, it is cryptocurrency, so we are dealing in profits and losses. But we do want to give back and make sure that everybody's a winner. We don't want anybody to lose any money in that kind of sense. So SAFU, well vetted, audited projects that, with a good, strong foundation, are the things that at least I know Kishiburno looks forward towards working with, and you wouldn't be talking to us if it wasn't stuff that you guys were looking forward to working with as well.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Interesting concept. Great team. Transparent, just like we are. Fun. Knows how to work the crypto system for the benefit of the investors. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Should we see if there's any other questions? I know we had quite the back and forth there. And I like your answers, and I like your guys' dedication, strong community. And I think we can absolutely do some type of team up in the future. The rivalry turns into friendship,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what the Avengers are all about, right? I mean, should we rebrand and call it something different? I don't know.
I don't know, we can call it the scavengers. Scavenging for gains.
Yeah, that feels a little desperate, but yeah.
Yeah, no, just joke. But yeah, anybody inside of the VC, do you have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns? If you're shy to speak, feel free to text in the main chat.
I just wanted to say that I was impressed with both you guys. Both sides, very impressive. I'm a Hulk investor, but definitely got to take a look at you guys on the other side.
Yeah, man,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
That, Bruno.
Yeah, man, appreciate the love. I mean, just look at it. I never tell anybody to do anything without doing their due diligence. If there are Hulk people in here looking at Kishiburno, go in the main chat, ask questions. I always tell everybody that you'll get an answer. You may not get it right away, and it may not be the answer you like, but you will get an answer. That's all that we can tell you, because you can't always make everybody 100% happy. It's just impossible to do that in life, and I won't stress myself out or the team out to try to make everybody happy at once. But you will get an answer whether you like it or not. And then same thing if we have any people in here that cross over from the Kishiburno chat, man. I own some Hulk. I never own enough, but I do own some Hulk. So make sure you guys check it out. Go to the website, talk in the chat. You don't have to jump up on FOMO, but go ahead and do your research. But I personally think it's a SAFU and a great project to get involved in if you're not already.
Yeah, I agree. Same goes for Kishiburno. I'm involved in it as well. That organic promotion definitely worked
That's
on me.
pretty.
Shout out to
I'm
NZ.
pretty good at that, eh, base?
Yep. Oh, it was an instant
We
eighth.
called each other for a phone call, and you're like, "You're selling me, you prick."
It worked. I'm happy with it. I'm still holding. Safe project. I'm excited for it. So this was with Hulk, I don't have much time to do any research on these projects. So this was handy for my investment as well. And then Sensei's got to get a bigger bag of Hulk. You have a chance to get a free NFT and point 0.5 ETH. Plus,
I
we're
do. I
teaming
do.
up with Volt Inu this evening at 8 p.m. UTC, and we have a fortune teller. I've booked us a fortune teller to tell psychic reading, a prediction of the future of Volt Inu and Hulk Inu separately and together.
I may win the buy contest and Kishiburno take NZ's 0.5 and then turn around and buy Hulk with that 0.5. I don't know. That feels like a good idea to me.
Well, I know I'm taking his $50. Nikki, did you have a question?
True. I don't know, but his kids are mad.
Yeah, or they have questions. Mickey, question? Stunt? Oh, we have a new biggest buy.
I think I did that
Mickey, I'm gonna.
with my kids in the background.
No worries. They're hyped. They're hyped for Hulk.
All right, cool. Well, all right, guys. Well, I've actually just got a text message. I've got to personally head off here for a little bit. It's been awesome. I really appreciate it. Looks like my grandmother's not feeling well in the hospital, so I got to go check up on her. But if you guys ever need me, you can reach out. Again, I'll get back to whoever as soon as I can with an answer. You may not like it, but I'll get you one.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's stay in touch. Good luck to you guys. We'll do something like this again soon, I'm sure. Kind of a bit more on the friendly side, touch base with each other. I think the rivalry is done. Although your community went hard. They went hard in my chat. Shout out to your community. And yeah,
I think that.
also blessings to your grandma.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, shall we shut this VC down and see if we can get some buyers coming in? I'm probably gonna make some phone calls and bring some big buyers in so we can beat you.
You and your phone calls. No, sir.
Yeah.
What's up? No, sir. I did see your message in the main chat. Said it was good to see two teams do their due diligence, partner up. It's nice to see in the crypto space. Well, I think I said what he wanted to say, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Do your phone calls, man. Don't call me. Call other people.
Yeah, I'm gonna call some people and see what magic I can work. All good. Hey, thanks a lot, everyone who showed up. Appreciate your guys' time, listen to us and whatnot. Um, who was that who did ask a question earlier?
I think we had comments. We had comments from D Real.
Yeah, there we
Oh, there he
go.
is.
Got it. Sweet. All right, I'll send them a message. Okay, you wanna close off VC baseball?
Uh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll leave it open for a little bit just in case any of
Okay, cool.
community would go over anything. Appreciate you, NZ, man. Good luck with everything. We'll be in touch, of course, and exchange some tips and tricks.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
All right, now this is over, guys. Kishi can stop rating. We're friends now. We're friends now. And D-Real, you have a DM from NZ.
Yeah, I'm banned from direct messaging people. So
Oh,
so
so
you
D-Real,
gotta,
can you?
yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta send me a message, bud.
D-Real hopped off. Here, I'll tell him. I'll send him your deets.
Yeah, sweet man. Thank you.
All right, for anybody that is here, I'm just working a bit in the background before I shut off the VC. I'll be getting prepared for our next. We have an AMA with Volt Eno in 1 hour and 17 minutes. So that's 5 p.m. UTC, 4 p.m. EST. And at 5 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. UTC, we're going to be having the fortune teller come on briefly and giving a reading for both projects. So I'll leave it open for a bit if anybody wanted to chat, comment, or ask any questions. New members as well, if you guys want to ask any clarifying questions, grill me, whatever it may be. I'm here in case you need me. NZ D-Real said he will DM you in a little bit, just so you know.